Hello, hello, and welcome back to VANNtastic. I am Christy VANN, and I am working to teach you how to get out of debt very, very quickly. It is true, as you get older, you do get colder, but you don't have to stay broke. I think that is super exciting for anybody that is interested in learning how to do better with your finances. I literally am watching it unfold. So many people are getting out of debt. You are learning a new way to look at your money, and that is super exciting for me. So I hope that you are super excited because that's the only way to live is without financial stress and to know that you can do it. I know that you can do it. Do you know that you can do it? Are you really, really, really working to figure this out? Or are you staying stressed out? So it may be true that as you get older, you get colder, but you don't have to stay broke. Oh my goodness. I think that is so exciting for everyone that is interested in coming out of your financial mess. So I'm going to go back through the YouTube comments because I have people that, you know what, everybody is so kind. They're so kind. You have some people that, are negative Nancy's or whatever you want to call them. But the fact is that the concept works. And if you are really, really tired of the financial struggle, you're going to find answers. You are, and I'm excited to help you find them. So I want to go back here to some comments because it's super important that you get your questions answered. I certainly want to get your questions answered. I have people that ask, where can I sign up for your classes? Where is your office? How do you work? I have links underneath the videos for my one-on-one coaching. I am not offering any classes at this time. We are getting ready to finish up the last workshop that I have going on. That next class is on Monday night. That will be our final during the month of October. I always bring up additional workshops throughout the year. Right now, I know for sure we're going to be having the next virtual conference in January. You will be getting notified of that as soon as those dates are available. I'm pretty sure it's going to be not the first weekend because that is like the first, second, and third goes into the weekend in January of 2026. So we're looking at doing that the following weekend. So it'll be the second weekend in January. Keep your eyes open for that. We should start making those announcements by the 1st of November so you guys can get involved there. I appreciate you guys. I have so many comments thanking me. Please thank the Lord for his wisdom, because had he not given me wisdom during my time of absolute financial stress, I wouldn't have the knowledge to be sharing with you guys. So I just appreciate you being so thankful. One of the question is a line of credit different from a loan? Do I just go to the bank and ask for a line of credit? Yes, a revolving line of credit is so much different from a loan. I have many, many videos talking about the difference between the line and the loan, but the line is closed end, and then the line is open end. So that means that when you put money, a payment into a loan, it's in there and it's gone, right? Meaning you made your payment and you can't pull it back out. The line of credit, you can put money into the line that makes your payment, but then you're able to pull back out of the line if you need $50. or you need $1,000, whatever's available in that line. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to go back here and see. So if you guys have any questions right now, feel free to ask them. I am just going over the questions that have been asked in the previous video. Let's see. Mathematics are great. Yes, when you know how to use math. I have a question, and I'm not sure if you've answered it. I don't see where I have any notifications of any replies unless I overlooked it. We have an equity line of credit of 50,000 and we owe 40,000. Is it worth me trying to do velocity banking with the small leverage to play with? I mean, not the $10,000, not that the $10,000 is small, but I can start with this to bring down the whole loan amount, or do I need a debit card to pay bills from this account? Or is it okay to be transferring my paycheck to the line of credit and then turn around and transfer the amount needed to pay bills back to my checking? That just sounds like a lot of transferring. And I don't want to do anything wrong or confusing, so I didn't know if I could possibly just get a debit card and use that to pay the bills directly from the equity account. So what this person is saying is they have a home equity line of credit. It is revolving. They have a $50,000 line, but they're using $40,000 of it. So she's asking, is there a way to use it to pay the expenses? Because as I teach in the videos, to do velocity banking at the best you can, you're going to be transferring all of your income into the line. So she's asking, isn't that a lot of transferring back and forth? And yes, because she's talking about if her income's going into the line of credit, then she has to pay her electric bill and say that's $300 tomorrow. And then she goes to the grocery store, next week. And then she buys gas, in a couple of days. So she's saying, isn't that a lot of transferring, because your income's in the line and now you're transferring out of the line to make your payments? Yes, that would be. But my credit union allows me to link my checking account with my home equity line of credit. So I'm transferring my income into the line of credit as it comes into my checking account. But it's set up as an overdraft. So anything that comes into the checking account to be paid will automatically transfer from the line of credit into my checking to cover whatever that expense is. It's called an overdraft. Set up like an overdraft. So the idea is that yes, you will transfer your income in, but the bank, the automatic system will transfer it out back into the checking as needed. If you need $50 cash, then you can go transfer it from the line of credit back into your checking on your own. A lot of HELOCs work this way. Not all of them. Some of them you may have to go in and manually do those transfers for expenses as you need. But a lot of them will set it up as an overdraft. So definitely check with your bank on that. Let's see here. Let's see, what else do we have? Yes, you're saving thousands of dollars for many people. God bless you. God bless you, Joy. Thank you for sharing that. This is mind-blowing. I have never thought of this plan. I never either until I heard about it one day and just started playing with the bank accounts, basically. Somebody has given a $4.99 super bucks. Is that what YouTube calls them? So thank you so much, Anne. Everybody's so kind, I swear. Everybody's learning and they're so appreciative, and I just appreciate that. Let's see what this one says. Hey, Miss Van, the video is very interesting, and from the comments, it seems to have helped a couple of people going or paying off debts, I guess. I was following the entire workflow from this video, and I was thinking if there was a way to optimize the payments. Okay, I'm so confused. Okay, guys, that's why I use a whiteboard, is you need to break down your question, because when you're putting a lot of words in there, I'm getting lost. I'm getting lost. So they're talking about the personal loan, 4,000, 0% interest rate. Okay, how about if I skip to another question, because whew, that one's blowing my mind, and if you're sitting here watching this right now, it's blowing your mind too. So let's just go on down here. Maybe this person could keep watching videos. Hopefully. See? Then the next one says, I got it. It's so simple. I love this. Go figure. How does this work if you have little to no cash flow? My bills are equal to my income. Don't think any bank will give me a $10,000 personal loan. First off, Philip, you're not going for a personal loan. Oh my goodness, please let me say this out loud. We are not going to get a loan at the bank. We're getting revolving lines of credit, okay? Be super, super diligent with that. Getting into a loan is going to do nothing but have us set up on monthly payments again. That's what we want to get out of. Okay? As far as little to no cash flow, then that's the point of paying the loans off into a line, a revolving line, so that, we're able to work that line off faster, gain us some cash flow from where we paid off the loans, and now those payments are clear to use as cash flow in the line. Watch videos, many, many videos. What do we have, like 1,500 videos on now? Over 1,500? So there's so much information that if you're really diligent and you're really serious about stopping your financial struggle, you're going to be able to stop it when you get educated. You have to get educated. When the student's ready, the teacher will arrive. So since you're watching the videos, that tells me that you're ready. You're ready to stop the struggle, whatever your struggle is. Watch videos. There's all kinds of scenarios out there for you, okay? Do I have to use a $10,000 line of credit, or can I take it out of my sales of stocks and bonds annually? That is not a line of credit. That is taking money out of your stocks and bonds. So two different things. Two different things. I don't go into anything that has to do with pensions, retirements, 401ks much, because when you're talking about savings, especially retirement savings, you're dealing with emotions. So I very seldom even talk about pulling out of any of those accounts to pay off the debt. Not interested in getting involved in your emotions. Okay, so Sylvia says, I have looked at so many of these programs and you have made it crystal clear. I've been paying an extra mortgage payment each month for the past 7 months. However, I don't believe the bank is correctly calculating my extra payments. You just have to look at your principal amount and see if that's being deducted off of your principal. If you owe $300,000 on a balance of a mortgage and you're applying a principal only payment of $1,000, then you'll see that balance come down. $299,000 would be the amount due, or the balance of your account after you make, oh, what, did I do that right? 200, yes, 299,000 would be the balance after a $1,000 principal payment, principal only payment, okay? Let's see. So just to clarify, you and I am legally required to pay for the principal only, and as soon as it is satisfied, you are no longer legally required to pay the interest payments in the said mortgage, unless you have some kind of prepayment penalties on your mortgage. Now you have to pay the interest that you have to pay for that month. But once your balance is cleared up, meaning it's paid off, then unless you're doing something, and like I said, they'll show you, I mean, they have to tell you that if there's a prepayment, it'll be in your contract that you signed. But as far as you still owing interest after you've completed the balance, I don't hear of that much. So I think the answer is you are correct. When the Fed cuts the rates, will that make it easier or harder to get a line of credit? I don't think it has anything to do with rates. I think it has to do with your DTI and your credit score. I hope that makes sense. Christy, could you kindly do a video solely on an example of the IBC policy, start to finish, and how it grows, acts with a loan against it? Lord have mercy, Mimi, that would be a very, very long video. That's why I have Chris Noggle come in, and he will do some of these videos with me, because it's a lot of information. His videos are always longer. I tried to do shorter videos just to give you ideas of what each example, each scenario, each using these infinite banking policies, the concept, the velocity concept, a loan, a line, just showing breakdowns in different videos, shorter videos, so that you can get the idea of the concept, and then you can jump in to really, really learn about the concept. I do have infinite banking videos all across the channel here, so they're in there, and I have some simple videos doing simple breakdowns, but not from beginning to end. I just have personal experience using the infinite banking concept, so that's why I know that it is beautiful and it works. If you don't have a HELOC, you can look at getting a PLOC, which is a personal line of credit. You do not have to have a home for that. My one-on-one coaching link is in the description of each video, so you can reach out there. JJ's channel, JJ the CPA, he is super awesome. You just have to put in JJ the CPA in TikTok or YouTube, and he will pop up. Oh, this is a big long one. I'm looking for short ones to answer. All right. Why not just put the cash flow into the principal on the loan and skip doing any lines of credit? Good question. I have videos galore talking about that. But who in the room can take your cash flow right now? Let's say that you have $4,000 a month in income. You have $3,500 a month, less or more, going out in total expenses, everything you spend from your tithing to your mortgage. How many of you want to take that $500 that's left over every month and throw it into a loan that you cannot pull out from if you have an emergency come up or you have something you want to buy for 50 bucks. How many of you want to take any monies that you have left over in the month and just throw it into a loan? How many of you feel comfortable with doing that? And if you felt comfortable in throwing away your cash flow into a loan, how many of you are actually doing that every month? So I think that the answer to this person's question is, if you're comfortable with taking your cash flow and throwing it into a loan, do it. I'm not going to be mad at you. And when you consider the interest that you pay compared to making the extra monthly payment or taking a chunk off of a line of credit and putting it into a loan, and then your incoming cash flow go back into that revolving line of credit that you can pull out again, there's no comparison. We can run the numbers. So when I get that, and I get that question every single day, at least 10 times, especially in my mortgage videos, why not just take your extra cash flow and apply it to your payment and make that every month instead of getting a line of credit? When I see that question about, why don't you just take your cash flow and throw it into your loan? Common sense tells me that once I throw my cash flow into that loan, it's gone. I cannot access it again. And I'm sorry, but like 95% of Americans, I am going to have something happen that I need some extra money. I need 25 bucks. My kids want to go to the movies, and oh, I can't let you go to the movies because, well, I just threw all of my cash flow into the mortgage and I don't have any money. Come on, people. When I get that, I'm like, you're not even trying to think about getting out of debt. You're not even trying to look at a new strategy. You're so stuck in that Dave Ramsey mentality of, let's just throw all of our money into our debt, and by golly, in 25 years, we're going to pay off that 30-year mortgage. Come on. I'm smarter than that, and I know you are too. This has nothing to do with throwing cash flow into a loan. If that worked, everybody would be out of debt, because these gurus out here have been teaching that for 30 years. So if you're in a 30-year mortgage, why are you still in a mortgage that you've refinanced 25 times? I mean, he told us, just throw your cash flow into the mortgage and it's going to pay off. Well, hello. That's why a ton of you guys out there have personal loans and second mortgages, is because you pulled that crap with throwing your cash flow into the loan. Then you got in trouble and you needed money, so you went out and got a second mortgage, or you went out and you got that, that personal loan that's costing you 25%, which is actually probably 300%. Get educated on what you can really do and do that. But this unrealistic view, and hey, if you're doing that, have at it. Like I said, I'm not mad at you. I'm pretty proud of you. Pretty proud of you. If you can take and you have the discipline to take your cash flow, every extra dime that you've got, except for that $1,000, I know the $1,000 in a picture frame that you never touch until you have that emergency. Let's just get real. Let's just get real. For everybody in the room that had success with taking your cash flow and throwing it into the loan, then I want you to, like, give me a high five in the chat right now. Because if you were standing here right now, I would give you 2 high fives. Because I never could do that. I had children that needed things that popped up when I was not expecting it. And had I thrown my last $50 into that mortgage, I would have been hurting. And guess what? I tried it. I tried the baby steps. It baby stepped me right into running over to my mom and saying, hey, can I have $50 until I get paid? Yeah, it baby stepped me right into that personal loan because I had no money. So, not being rude or disrespectful. Everybody has their own strategy. Just saying that was not my strategy, because when I did that, I got into more trouble. Thank Jesus. Yes. Thank you, Jen, for saying this. This makes sense. This can help you get out of debt without feeling like that you are choking to death trying to get to your next paycheck. I don't want you all to live like that. I haven't lived like that in years, and by the grace of God, I will not go back into that because He taught me a new way. All right, let's see here. I can't stay on much longer. Let's see what. Hi, Christy. Just wanted to share that I got approved for a $15,000 PLOC after using a $5,000 PLOC for 10 months. Yay! That's what I'm talking about. Excitement. That's what I'm talking about. Freedom. So happy for you, Henry. So happy for you. Let's see. We've got Jesus in the house. He is super awesome. Thank you so much for your support, Jesus. I see you going in and answering these questions everywhere, and I'm just so thankful. You are super smart about velocity banking, and you are certainly winning. So happy for you. I'm looking at my credit union and my 2 banks that I use. I'm gathering my numbers and then looking for the PLOC route. Is a checking line of credit that covers overdrafts the same as a PLOC? It can be. And like Jesus says, it sounds like you're a Navy Federal guy because I know they offer that. The CLOC, they call it, the checking line of credit. It doesn't usually offer a lot in a limit. So, I kind of am looking for larger limits, at least double what your monthly income is. Very happy for Henry. I've never caught a live. Hello. But thank you for your wisdom, life-changing. I'm doing it now and still have a long way to go, but at least I'm on my way now. Awesome, Stephanie. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing that. And I can hear the excitement in your voice, and I am excited for you. I am excited for you guys. You know what? I could cry. Every day I pull up the YouTube community comments And I see not just, 10 or 20, hundreds in a day, hundreds of comments in a day, just like that. Except some of them are, I've paid off 10,000, I've paid off 40,000, I've paid off a house since learning about velocity banking. Wow. My cup runneth over with just gratefulness to God that He showed me this way and that I've been able to show it to you guys through many, many videos and giving you ideas and options that you weren't even aware were out there. It's eye-opening. It blows your mind and it's scary as hell because you wonder, wait, if getting out of debt is this easy, what else am I blinded to that I don't see out there? That's why you pray for this wisdom to fall on you about everything in your life, from raising your kids to, buying a car. There's secrets to everything that you're blinded to because we're raised up in strongholds that we're not even aware of. So pray for wisdom. He says that He'll give it to you freely. Thank you so much, Henry. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. You did not have to do that, but thank you so much for, is it called Super Bucks? I'm not even sure what that's called, but it is my pleasure. Thank the Lord. It's my pleasure to share it. I'm so excited for you guys. I'm going to have to jump off of here because my husband is involved in a golf game today. And I don't know, you golf fanatics out there, I surprised my husband with a new set of golf clubs. But what in the world do you do with all of that? I literally am like, what? Okay, here, super chat. That's it. Thank you. I'm like, oh, here, honey, I know that you're going to love this bag of steel clubs that you hit a ball with. And I know there's like 15 different things in there, but I don't know what you're going to do with them. But hey, surprise. So he's out there playing a game right now with my daughter. And I'm like, okay, what am I missing about the golf game? Because I am not smart enough to hit the ball off of the tee. I don't. And hours. Oh my gosh. Hours they spend out there chasing this little ball that's that big. And I ride around in the golf cart sometimes, and the most exciting thing to me is going like this and looking for golf balls that maybe somebody lost. And when he hits one and it flies over the trees and then you have to go find it, now that's exciting. That's exciting. Oh my gosh. So exciting. Turd Ferguson says, I have 20 years left on my home mortgage with a balance of 70,000. The house is worth 150,000. Should I try to get a HELOC and pay it off faster? I would have already done it if I would have known about this, because it's not about, okay, you've probably paid most of the interest already, but you have 20 years left. And if you have $2,000 in cash flow per month, you could pay that off in less than 4 years, really 35 months to 4 years, depending on how much you spend, how much your interest rates are, all this fun stuff. So I would go from 20 years to 48 months, sure. If you have 2,000 in cash flow, throw in a little bit of interest there, it'd be, less than 4 years. I would do it. So just, I'm not a financial advisor, but if it makes sense to me, I'm going to do it. Bless you abundantly. You are an answered prayer to my family. I love you. I love you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. When I work one-on-one with you, yeah, Jesus, he's with me. When I work one-on-one with you, you guys are just so precious. So precious. And I thank you. I thank you so much for your kindness. I just want you guys to get the help that you've been looking for. I just want you all to be free. I want you to think about everything and anything else besides debt. Because I'm so tired. Oh my gosh. I'm so tired of seeing people struggle. And it is my pleasure. My pleasure. So I'm going to jump off of here because I've got to get over there to that golf game. Oh my gosh. I can't even believe I'm wasting my time to do that. But I told him I would show up sometime today. And I figure, let's see, they've been playing for an hour and 40 minutes. So that's an hour and 40 minutes that I don't have to watch this happen. So I'm the supportive wife. So I'm going to go over there and act like I'm so excited for you. Oh, I hope you're winning. Does anybody win at that game? Good turn. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, so about 3 years and 4 months sounds right. Yes, I really always try to calculate a little bit higher, throw in, those life events is going to happen, things like that. So absolutely less than 4 years, 3 to 4 years. That will be beautiful. I hope that you absolutely love, love, love what you're getting ready to see happen to your debt. Ray says the system is a game changer. Been a student of Christy since February of 23. That is when I started the channel. Wow, you've been right in there. End result, 3 car loans paid off in full and 2 credit cards paid in full, all because of Velocity Banking and Miss Christy's teaching. That is awesome. That's a great one to end on. Thank you so much for that testimony, Ray. I'm so thankful that you guys are getting free and now you're not just stressing out about, oh, I need to get the second job. I got to deliver pizzas. Oh, I'm going to do Uber when I get off work today to see if I can find some extra money. Let's get out of that. Let's get out of that and get free. All right. So you guys have a terrific weekend. I can't believe that it's Friday. Woo! Time to party or something, right? That was a joke. I'm old. I go to Walmart for my fun nights, maybe sit at the mall, watch some people, a football game here and there, not to go watch the actual football game, to see what people are going to act like while I'm there. I mean, it's old entertainment. You wouldn't understand if you're under 50. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, regardless of what you choose to do, but be safe. And if you can't be safe, then name it after me. Is that the way it goes?